this game, I got the freezing Chakrams, which are my favorite legendary by far. Are they good? Well, I think you guys know the answer, but let's find out. I start by running towards the middle for a weapon, and although I get a good bit of stuff, none of it can be used to craft a weapon, so I need to make a wood axe by myself. I find somebody's corpse, which is what someone turns into when they log out, and kill it for a free head before jumping some guy in a cave. Because he's in a cave, I decide it'll be hard for him to escape, and he's probably a good person to fight. However, there's only 8 seconds, so if I don't kill him fast, he's gonna survive. I was able to kill him before PvP disabled, and then I went to mine a big tree. I then did this totally awesome bridging method until I fell off and got my water. I dug down into a cave, and this is by far the best way to get caves, because with the vanilla map update, they're really inconsistent. I mined the iron from my smelter's pick, and then was ready to mine up a bunch more. It didn't take me too long to get enough iron for my armor and buckets, and so I crafted that and then went looking for other ores, as well as some lava. I stumbled across a mine shaft, and so I took it as an opportunity to mine up some cobwebs, which are super useful in PvP. I've gotten good at this technique where I crit someone and then place a web at their feet, and it's really powerful. I then instantly warped to the surface with my surface pearl before crafting my short sword and mining some trees. Getting into my first fight, this guy didn't look like he would be too good, but it turns out his looks were deceiving. His knockback was kind of odd, but I was able to get him in a web, and it seemed he didn't have any water, so he ran into the river and was able to escape. Now I had a different guy with chakrams tailing me, but after only a couple seconds of chasing me, it seemed he changed his mind and ran away. This let me kill the guy from earlier in a river, and he just let me kill him because he didn't have any health left. I heard Bacon Patch get a kill, and I realized that this was my opportunity. As he was distracted looting that guy's stuff, I could pearl in, use the speed from ahead, and kill him. Since he wasn't expecting to have to fight, he dropped with a bunch of stuff, and now I had a ton of heads as well as his freezing chakrams. So now that I have the chakrams, let me explain how they work. They do the damage of a light neth, which is a little bit better than the damage of a diamond sword. They can be enchanted with sharpness, and you can throw them out in front of you to give people a second or two of freezing, which slows them down. It's good for chasing, and it's good for throwing them at someone to have an advantage starting a fight. Fighting this guy, I was doing really good, and I got him in a nice combo that brought him all the way to his death. He had a bunch of gold for me, and so I used that to craft 2 G-heads, which would make me even harder to kill. I was fighting this guy, and he just froze midair before continuing to run. But he was not able to escape my chakrams, and I kept critting him out. He also dropped with 2 gaps, making my already good healing even better. I was also able to plunder some diamond boots before getting into a fight with this guy that had some decent armor. I ate an avaricious head so that I would have speed for the fight, but then de-aggroed to sort out my inventory. He decided to run back, and so of course I had to hit him. Then I killed his Ravager just so he couldn't ride on it and escape. I don't know what happened, but that guy just kind of left, so now I'm fighting Jan Skate Wimmy. This guy's actually like, he was on like monthly leaderboards, I'm pretty sure, and is pretty good. And his magma club, that was probably sharp too, was actually doing a lot of damage. Both of us decide that we should just fight some other time, and so I'm able to kill this trapper who was trying to use Judlow's chain trap on me. Unfortunately for him, I've seen this trap a million times, and so that just was not gonna happen. Then I enchanted up my chakrams and armor so that I would be doing a lot of damage. I'd like to remind you guys that chakrams are equivalent to a light netherite, so it's better than having a diamond sword. I decided not to enchant my iron leggings at the moment because I wanted to reroll for protection. I also made my Chakram sharp 2 before fighting someone at mid. I was able to throw my Chakrams at him to ensure that he wouldn't escape, and I dropped him with some gaps. There was a knockback trap, and this bot just happened to spawn over it. So I was trying not to stand over the dirt in case I got spleefed, but then realized that there was no one there and looted the head. Then I was fighting Jamskate Wimmy because I had got someone's Ravager Horn. The combination of Rav Horn and Chakrams is really powerful because I can catch up to people with the Chakrams and then just have them be hit by the Ravager. Also, when I'm sitting on the Rav, I'm not taking any damage. Sadly, he was able to kill it pretty fast, and so I had to melee him, which was going pretty good except for the fact that he had his pseudo fire aspect. I did a nice play where I drained his water with the lava, and then went back to fighting him. But it was kind of hard to use blocks, and he ate a notch on me. It was okay though, because I had trust in my healing, and I just kept fighting him. Having almost an entire inventory full of heads is really nice in fights, because it means I'm always moving faster than he is. The difference in speed also means I have a slight increase in my range, because range is determined by momentum. I had a second to chill, and so I crafted 4 Ares Blessings, and got some pretty good stuff from it. With the Sharp 2 book, I would be able to combine it with my Sharp 2 Chakrams to make Sharp 3. I found a bot and got a really nice combo on it. I'm pretty sure you can't cheese the bots anymore, so you simply just have to combo them. I crafted a gap and then dug on the trapper, because I saw his trail of blocks. My super smelter was coming in handy because it meant that I was able to mine blocks faster than him and quickly catch up. I found a bot that was one-shot and was able to kill it, loot its head, and then go into deathmatch. My healing was running a bit low from my fight with Jamskate, so it was a relief to be able to get some more gaps. I did a pretty nice bridge up to this tree and was able to kill this guy who had an iron helmet. If you're watching this video, don't craft an iron helmet because your normal helmet is equivalent to diamond, so you're just nerfing your armor. This was a kind of weird fight, but eventually the guy died and I was able to get the heads because Jamskate was afraid of my Ravager. Now I was up to 8 gaps and had refilled my inventory of heads, so I went back to fighting Jamskate. Once again, I used the Chakram's Ravager tech to do a really good amount of damage. And for some context, every time he gets hit by the Ravager, it does like a heart to 2 hearts. I really didn't have any need to play super aggro on him because I really just had so much healing it would be hard for him to surmount. I was also playing really campy with my waters and just kept staying on higher health so that I would force him to run. He was doing a good job aggroing, and watching this in post, I've realized his Magma Club actually had fire aspect, which was helping him out a good deal. This was pretty much as low as I had gotten all game, but since I had so much healing, I was able to just heal my way back up. I was inwardly hoping that he wouldn't have any G-heads, because if he did, I might be cooked, and my passive playstyle would come to a forceful end. My healing was actually running really low, and so I just kept fighting Jamskate, because if I didn't kill him soon, he was gonna win. We were just trading hits, and he kept eating his healing. I'm just gonna let the rest of the game play out for you because it's a pretty intense one. So there you have it. I was able to win with my favorite legendary. If you enjoyed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed, and I will see you in the next episode of McChezface May. Bye.